Yeah. Yeah. You're cutie. You're cutie.
CROSOFT flight simulator. Da, da, da. Let's fly in HAWA. Space, let's fly in Hawaii.
Thanks for joining me, folks. We're just a little early. We're waiting on the simulator to fire up. You can see the progress bar there along the bottom. Here we go. I appreciate your patience. We are starting from PHLI. Lihu Airport in Hawaii. We'll get ourselves at a gate. There's not too many of them. Right now we're American Airlines. Let's see if we can find a more appropriate airline for our flight all in the Hawaiian Islands. I don't have Hawaiian Airlines. You know, I've been looking forward to flying this Flight Sim Bell. Let's take Flight Sim Bell on a flight. My first flight with Flight Sim Bell. Looks like it's going to be rather stormy. It's stormy and it's early in the morning. It's 9 a.m. here in the central United States. It is 7 a.m. in Los Angeles. It's either 4 or 5 a.m. in Hawaii. Not 100% sure, but it's dark. It's dark and it's early. Here we are. Lihue Airport in Hawaii. Default scenery. Ooh, there was a crack of lightning. I'm going to window the simulator very briefly while I get the FSUI PC set up. The FSUI PC, you remember, is our interface between the flight simulator and the outside programs. And once FSUI-PC has been set up, we'll set up our two add-ons, which will be Pushback Express, help with the pushback and some other ground services, and A320 Flight Crew, which will provide me with a first officer and a realistic way of running checklists. As Flight Deck to Crew always says, you know, you don't fly a real airliner single pilot, so why should you fly a sim airliner single pilot? And I agree. Okay, there's the interface for Pushback Express. We'll get the interface for FS2 Crew's Flight Crew A320. There it is. And then we'll get out of windowed mode and we'll go back to full screen mode. Let's attach the jet bridge. As dark as it is, you might not even be able to see that jet bridge attaching. But it is. We'll get some external power. Actually, that's a really ugly attachment. I'm not happy with that. Let's go to the main menu. And I want to choose a different gate. And also, I'm going to cheat a little bit. It's just too early in the morning. I'm going to adjust the time. Usually, I always run with live time. But it's so dark. I don't mind live weather, but let's move the time. Okay, it's about 5:45 in the morning. Great thing about a simulator is you can do that. And we had gate number 2. Let's go to gate number 1 and see if we have any better luck with a better situated jet bridge. You know, if we were just going to hop in and fly out, I wouldn't care so much. But you know, I started to use Microsoft Flight Simulator as what we know in the industry. We call it a procedures training. And procedures training is just muscle memory and road training. This is even worse. This is even worse. Because the jet bridge is on the wrong side. Everything. And I just recently purchased a couple of Midwest payware airports, and that same thing happened there. The jet bridge, even when a jet bridge, sometimes the jet bridge did not operate, but even when it did operate, it would attach to the right side of the cabin, whereas traditionally in North America, we always have the jet bridge attached on the left side. We'll try gate number 7. And you folks who might fly in Europe, you know, we don't necessarily call them gates in Europe. They're often referred to as stands. And unless you're at a really big airport, many times don't use jet bridge at all. Brought out to the aircraft by a bus or maybe a walkway, and you enter using the air stairs. And here the jet bridge is a little close. I think we can use it though. Let's try to. We'll get the external power on, and we'll try to attach the jet bridge. There it goes. That's better. The left front cabin door opened automatically. And sky is tremendous. Let's hop aboard.
Let's start setting up.
Okay.
Battery 1. Battery 2. External power is available. Let's use it. Let's turn up the lights in here a little bit. Arm the exits. No smoking sign on. Seatbelt sign on. Nav 1 or Nav 2, they're redundant systems, that's fine. Wing light on. Leave the beacon light off so ground personnel know that they're free to continue to work under the aircraft. Strobe lights to automatic. Temperatures are in a medium range. Our air conditioning is being provided through the jet bridge, low pressure air system right now. The packs are not on. We'll go ahead and turn on ADIR's IRS system number 1 to nav, number 2 to nav, and number 3 to nav. We'll do a fire test on the APU. The APU passes the fire test. We'll do a smoke in the cargo area test. That test is okay. We'll do an annunciator, or I'm sorry, we're gonna do armed emergency annunciator light test. We're going to turn on every light in the house, every rheostat, every element, every LED display. And let's check to make sure we've got good light bulbs. And while we're doing that, we'll turn up the integrity lights down here on the lower pedestal, both on the first officer side and on the captain's side. We'll turn up the integrity lights here near the flight management computers, or what are in the Airbus are referred to as McDoos. We'll turn up the intensity lights on the pilot not flying side, and also on the pilot flying side. We'll hit some intensity lights on our standby attitude indicator. And we'll even turn up the intensity lights on our MCP panel, multi-control panel. There we go. Turn up those lights. While we were doing that, we're checking every light bulb, every LED element. It all looks good. So let's turn off the annunciator light test. We are finished with upstairs for right now. Let's start talking to our flight management computer. Or in the Airbus world, this is called a McDo. Here we go. We're going to go into the ATSU menu, then to our company menu. We'll do an initialization. Let's request that data from a flight plan I worked on back in the office. There you go. PHLI to PHNL. We're flying to Honolulu today. Very short flight. Estimated time en route 25 minutes. Fuel on board is 9.5. Let's verify that. Push the fuel button. Look in the EFIS panel. Yep, we got 9.5 of fuel. That is correct. That's a lot more fuel than we need. So let's go to our company menu. I'm not going to request any weather today. It's such a short flight. We'll leave the weather requests alone. Let's go to weight and balance. We only need 43.38 in fuel. So let's load the aircraft to that number. There we go. Now we're at 4260 kilograms of fuel. You can see it there on fuel on board. Taxi fuel and trip fuel is in that calculation. We're on page number 1 out of 2 in the weight and balance page. Move over to page number 2. Our zero fuel weight and our zero fuel center of gravity are already filled in. Here's our breakdown of our cargo load, forward baggage, rear baggage, total payload. We're going to load that number by pushing the load button. And then as we do in the Airbus, we'll work our way from the left to the right. So we go to the McDo menu, then to data, aircraft status. We have LEAP 1A26 engines. The 26 stands for 26,000 pounds of thrust. We have a current AIRAC cycle, expired secondary cycle, but that's okay. We will move on to our initialization page. We'll initialize request from our flight plan, PHLI to PHNL. We have a flight number. I'll put in a flight number of 43. That's a good flight number. Cost index will be 85, a little on the high side, but that's okay. Very low cruising altitude of flight level 150. I'm going to go over to our air traffic control program and make that 150 as well. Great. Let's go to the next page. Flip-flop. 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel center of gravity are in there. Our fuel is at 4.2. I wonder if it'll take it. Yeah, there it goes. And you can see we even have 1.8 extra after all is said and done. That's wonderful. Performance page, flex temp. We're going to be using a flex temp of 56 today. We're going to trick the engines into thinking that it's warmer than it is, and that way they will operate not quite as efficiently. That'll conserve engine life and help promote noise abatement. We'll have a flap setting of 2. We have short runways at this airport, and we're going to use a stabilizer takeoff setting of 0.6 in the down direction. And then while I'm here, I will move my stabilizer. Let's see if I can get... okay, there's 1 down, so 0.6 down would be right about there. That's where we want the trim setting. A transition altitude in the United States is 18,000 feet. V2 speed calculated at 130, V rotate at 126, and V1 at 125. One thing I want to do very quickly is to ensure that my virtual first officer makes sure that she's thinking along the same lines that I'm thinking. So I have her settings page out here. We're going to be using inches of mercury today because we're in the United States. Let's go to config 2 on the flaps, and flap settings are close but not perfect, so 132 should now become 130, and 128 can now become 126. And 125 can now, 127 become 125. Okay, now my first officer is in line with my thinking. That's great. Let's go to our flight plan page. Here's our routing, and I'm going to feed that routing into air traffic control by using this screen. We're going to take off from Papa Hotel Lima, India. Our first waypoint is OPORE. Then it's on to KREEN. And then it's on to OLOYI. And finally, we're going to land at Papa Hotel November Lima. Great. We'll import that into the air traffic control program. We will connect to the sim. Validate that flight plan. And finally, file that flight plan. So runway 35 looks like our runway of departure. So let's go to PHLI, departure, runway 35. Insert.
Razer NAGA Orbweaver-for LU. Arrive and departure runway 35.
Arrival is going to be an RNAV approach to runway 26 left.
Razer NAGA Orbweaver-for LU. Arrive and departure runway 35.
And we are going to use a let's see here.
Razer NAGA available for review. Arrive and departing runway 35.
Is there a Cecil transition? Let's see here. Nope. Okay.
Hi,
No
the
start.
security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes, you can start boarding.
Okay.
For review. Arrive and departing runway 35.
Two six left.
Razer NAGA available for review. Arrive and departing runway 35.
I'm not sure about Saki. I'm just going to say no vias. And insert.
Razer NAGA available for review. Arrive and departing runway 35. Razer NAGA available for review. Arrive and departing runway 35.
Let's check on that route. I'm going to go to the plan on my mode control panel. Give us a 20-mile radius, and I'm going to step through the waypoints. There's Opor, Kreen, Doily. Is that Doily? I don't know how that's pronounced. Book. There's Saki. Okay, Saki is okay. Saki is okay. And then Cecil. Okay, and then we're on the procedure for the RNAV approach. The last waypoints are leading us into runway 26. So that looks good. Let's choose maximum on the brakes. Let's arm the spoilers. We're going to go auto to the progressive predictive wind shear system. I'm going to
ground, Delta 1817, 1 north with uniform.
Delta 1817 on ground, taxi via Foxtrot to 26 left.
Foxtrot to 26 left, thank you, Delta 1817.
Lehigh ground. Flight sim bell 4 tree, ready to copy.
Flight sim bell 43 squawk 3625 QNH is 1013. Your flight plan seems to be out of date.
Oh no!
Please file a new one and call back for clearance.
3625. 3625. On the squawk. Go to the TA mode, go to the auto mode. And let's refile that flight plan. And call her back. Lehigh ground. Flight sim bell 4 tree, ready to copy.
Flight sim bell 43 squawk 4646. Contact clearance delivery on 121.4. Enjoy your morning.
Contact clearance delivery on 121.4 flight sim bell 43.
Clearance delivery. Flight sim bell 4 tree. Ready to copy. Lehigh clearance delivery. Flight sim bell 4 tree. Ready to copy. Lehigh clearance delivery. Flight sim bell 4 tree. Ready to copy. Honolulu Center. Flight sim bell 4 tree. Ready to copy.
Flight sim bell 43 contact ground on 121.9er. Have a good one.
Contact ground on 121.9 a flight sim bell 43.
Lehigh ground. Flight sim bell 4 tree. Ready to copy.
Flight sim bell 43, your flight plan seems to be out of date. Please file a new one and call back for clearance.
Lehigh ground. Flight sim bell 4 tree. Ready to copy.
Flight sim bell 43 is cleared to Papa Hotel November Lima as filed. Expect departure runway 35. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4025.
Flight sim bell 43 is cleared to Papa Hotel November Lima as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4025.
Flight sim bell 43 rear back correct. QNH is 1013, let us know when you're ready for pushback.
QNH is 1013 flight sim bell 43.
Wonderful. Well, I see our first officer has come back from her pre-flight inspection. Let's run a checklist. Oh my goodness.
Southwest 435, we're at 4 north with India.
Southwest 435, you're going to have to get a reroute. Joint Echo short of Charlie.
Echo short of Charlie, Southwest 435.
Got a little issue going on here. I'm gonna have to square it away. I think our controls. I'm gonna go to my throttle real fast, or my stick real fast, and go to external cam. Apologize for this little bit of housekeeping. Let's see if that helps at all. Nope, did not do, well, did some of what I wanted to. Well, nope, didn't do anything. I didn't do what I wanted it to do. Did I not save what I had just done? Cameras. External.
Southwest 241 coming up on 4 north with you.
Southwest 241 ground runway 26 left. Taxi via Foxtrot following a 757 off your left.
Okay, 26 left via Foxtrot to follow the 75 off our left, Southwest 241.
Not sure this is what I want. Oh. Those are correct.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Not sure why that is not working. It actually worked earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. As you locate your assigned seats, please place your smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead compartments. If you need assistance, contact a flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding door and we will check it for you. Also, review the safety instruction card in your seat pocket. If you are seated at an exit seat, also review the exit seating criteria.
Okay, master switch for the APU on. Wait 3 seconds. Start. APU bleed. Crew oxygen supply off. Fuel pumps on. We did an APU fire test earlier. Let's do an engine fire test. Engine 1. Engine number 2. And now we don't want people working under the aircraft. We'll put the beacon light on. Let's say hello to the folks.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. This is the captain speaking. On behalf of the entire flight crew and myself, I'd like to welcome you aboard today's flight. Our flight attendants are there for your comfort, but more importantly for your safety, so please give them a few minutes of your undivided attention while they go over the safety features of this aircraft. Once the boarding process is complete, we'll get the cabin door closed and push off the gate for an on-time departure. In the meantime, please sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Welcome aboard.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We got our cameras back. I don't know what it took. I did not do anything extra, but we somehow got our cameras back. We're going to disconnect external power. We've just got a few minutes left on the jet bridge. You can see the default scenery. The jet bridge doesn't fully attach to the building. That's a shame. We are on APU power. Still getting a little bit of the weather.
Delta 1871, or 187. I thought you were 1871, but you're 1817. But 1817, monitor tower 12532.
2532, Delta 1817.
We are off of external power. And we're ready to continue our checklist.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On and auto.
Adheres.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Set.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Barrel ref.
2992. Set.
2992. Set. Down to the line.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Are you sure about that? Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start, checklist complete.
Yeah, windows and doors aren't quite finished. We still have a boarding door open for a few more minutes. Not terribly long.
Hey guys, are we clear to close?
Yes.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Let's pull that jet bridge away.
Cabin crew, arm slides and cross check.
Lehigh ground. Flight sim Bell 4 tree requests pushback and engine start.
Flight sim Bell 4-3 pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved. Flight sim Bell 4-3.
Flight deck to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
Confirm all ground checks are complete and we are cleared to pressurize the hydraulics.
Outside check is completed, all doors and panels are closed, no issues found. You can pressurize the hydraulics anytime now.
Great. We are ready for pushback. Great. We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Understood. Release the parking brakes, please.
Behind Frontier Foxtrot.
Behind Frontier Foxtrot at 2115.
Parking brake released.
Pushing back.
Starting engine 2. Starting engine 1.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today. This is the lead flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information. There is an instruction card in your seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, lighted information signs, and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an escape slide. Locate the exit nearest you. The nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and pull a mask toward you to start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask, place the elastic band around your head, and tighten by pulling on the ends. Secure your own mask before assisting.
The push is complete, please set the brakes.
Your seat bottom cushion may be used as a flotation device. Pull up and remove the cushion.
Parking
Upon
brake is set.
exiting the aircraft,
Understood.
place your arms around
Okay,
the
so
cushion
the
and
ground
hold
equipment
on
is
to the
removed
strap
and the pin is
located
out.
on the back.
Good engine
This is
starts
a non-faulty
from down
flight
here,
school.
and I see you on the right hand
In the
side
cabin
with the
for
pin.
lavatories. Cabin lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located above your seat.
Great,
Thank
thanks.
you
You
for your
can
attention.
disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks, have a good flight, and we'll see you later.
$225 or cushion 265 ground. Runway 34 left, taxi straight ahead on Whiskey Alpha.
Stop straight ahead for 265 to 34.
3 high ground, flight sim bell 4-3, ready for taxi, runway 35.
Flight sim Bell 43 taxi to runway 35 via taxiways Juliet, Alpha, Delta, Bravo, hold short runway 17 and runway 35.
Taxi to runway 35 via taxiways Juliet, Alpha, Delta, Bravo, hold short runway 17 and runway 35 flight sim Bell 43.
Runway 35 is way down here, so we need to taxi north, then Delta across runway 321 at Delta, and then down Bravo to get to 35. That's our taxi briefing. Let's do our, we don't have a SID. Oh, there's our icon of where we are. Our departure to the north, turn right, and then southeast along the Victor 15 airway. Our procedure at Book, and we are landing runway 26 left.
Runway 34 left, taxi straight ahead, Whiskey Alpha.
So when we get off of Victor 5, we're going to be vectored to come in from the east and land to the west. So route briefing complete and taxi briefing complete.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Set.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
30% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight control check.
Full down. Full up. Neutral. Full right. Full left. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full right. Full left. Neutral.
Your turn. And it looks like your controls are fine.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Check. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Check. Briefing.
Confirm.
Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. V1. VR. V2. Flex temp.
V1 1 2 5. VR 1 2 6. V2 1 3 0.
V1 1 2 5. VR 1 2 6. V2 1 3 0. ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff. No blue.
Down to the line.
Below the line.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. Takeoff runway.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Okay, let's steam the cabin. We have all blue. Oh, one more. We need to test the configuration. Now we have all blue in our annunciator panel. Unfortunately, we still have a fairly long taxi. I apologize for that. But we're in Hawaii. We'll have a long taxi, but we'll have some major eye candy.
Your 592, monitor tower 135.3.
And I think this is where we cross the runway.
Flight Sim Bell 43 clear to cross runway 35.
Cleared to cross runway 35, Flight Sim Bell 43.
Make our way all the way down to the southern end. Takeoff lights on, landing lights on. Runway turn-off lights on. APU off.
Flight Center 672, monitor tower 135.3. Have a good day.
Monitor tower 1353. Thank you, Flight Center 672.
Flight directors on. Constraints on. Six miles to Oak 4, our first waypoint. Again, we're not going to be climbing monstrously high today. Only to flight level 150. Heck, I'm not even sure we'll get that high.
Flight Sim Bell 43 contact tower on 118.9er. Have a nice flight.
Tower on 118.9er Flight Sim Bell 43.
Canada 711 Delta 4 cross runway 24 right.
Delta 4 cross 24 right, Canada 711.
Lehigh Tower, Flight Sim Bell 43, runway 35, ready for departure. Lehigh Tower, Flight Sim Bell 43, ready for departure, runway 35.
Flight Sim Bell 43 winds are calm, cleared for takeoff. Runway 35, maintain runway heading until above 1,100 feet, then turn right heading 062 to intercept course.
Then cleared for takeoff. 35, maintain runway heading until above 1,100 feet, then right to 062 Flight Sim Bell 43.
Flight Sim Bell 43 winds are calm, cleared for takeoff. Runway 35, maintain runway heading until above 1,100 feet, then turn right heading 062 to intercept course.
Then cleared for takeoff. 35, maintain runway heading until above 1,100 feet, then right to 062 Flight Sim Bell 43.
Clock is started.
Ready.
Ready.
Take off. Man flex, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue.
Check.
Into the flex temp zone, not the toga zone. Toga's takeoff go around. Flex temp 56.
S675 tower, initial heading 320 degrees, line up runway 23. 320, line up 23, jet 675.
100 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
AP 1.
Check.
We're on autopilot.
Flight Sim Bell 43, climb and maintain 8,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 8,000 feet Flight Sim Bell 43.
4 miles to op 4.
Flight Sim Bell 43, climb and maintain 12,000 feet, contact Honolulu Center on 126.5. Have a nice day.
Climb and maintain 12,000 feet center on 126.5 Flight Sim Bell 43.
Thrust climb on the throttles. Op 4 is 3
Center
miles
Flight
away.
Sim Bell 43 climbing to 12,000 feet.
Flight Sim Bell 43, good morning. Radar contact.
KLM 428, descend to flight level 100.
Dial level 100, KLM 428.
Flight Sim Bell 43, climb and maintain 15,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Flight Sim Bell 43.
Flight Sim Bell 43, expect vectors to the RNAV approach to runway 26 left at Inouye International.
Expect vectors to the RNAV approach to runway 26 left. Flight Sim Bell 43.
Apologize, folks. Looks like our progress strip along the top of the screen has not lined up with our progress. I'm not sure if there's a quick and easy way of fixing that.
KLM 736, call approach for speed advice on 121.205. Good morning.
121.205, please. KLM 736.
Hi.
Not sure how to fix that, or if it is fixable. Well, I did not fix it. I was not optimistic that I was going to be able to, but I tried. Okay, we're coming upon our cruising altitude. Seatbelt sign's going to come off for a very short amount of time.
Hi, it's Andy at L1. How can I help you?
Coming at 811.
Can you bring us up a couple of crew meals, please?
Okay, I'll bring them up in a
Maintain
minute.
speed 300, Shamiar 811.
Hi guys, here are the crew meals you asked for. Enjoy!
Thank you. Hi, could you bring us some water, please?
Okay, I'll bring the drinks up in a minute. Hi guys, here are the drinks.
Thank you. Just to let you know, we're going to be arriving a bit early.
Thanks for letting me know.
We're going to enter the destination data, performance. I'm going to hold off on that just a little bit. I don't want to go into approach phase quite yet. We have 30 miles to book. Actually, okay. We'll wait to book. Wait to book, and then we'll enter in our approach information. Ground speed 355 knots.
Razer 2X Papa is climbing 130 inbound Pompus.
Good morning, Transavik 2 at Papa climb to fly level 250, passing level 110 to Birminghausen.
Climb 250 and passing 110 direct to Birminghausen. Transavik 2 Papa.
We're flying mostly east, a little bit of a southeast component. We have a wind from the due east at 090. It's only a 2-knot wind. So we have almost perfectly calm skies. Matter of fact, I'm a little surprised at our runway. We're going to be making a U-turn, so if that wind holds true and it's the same at the surface, we'll have a 2-knot tailwind component, which is rather unusual. Okay, let's go to medium on the auto brakes. Let's arm the spoilers. Progressive wind shear system is still on. We're looking pretty good.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
And we don't have a transition altitude, so we'll go below the line.
Below the line.
Barrel ref.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff, checklist complete.
You have control.
I have control.
Staff Clearance 613, contact on 132515. Good morning.
2515. Tot ziens, that's good. And 613.
Okay.
$10 miles from book. So here is our departure. There's book, and then we'll be on the approach. Moving right along. You can see it is possible to have a hold assigned at book. Once I get more familiar with standard procedures, I will start to practice some holds and some emergency procedures. But I'm not yet to that comfort level yet, especially in the Airbus. $5 miles to book.
Flight Sim Bell 43 contact HCF Center on 118.3. Enjoy your morning.
Approach on 118.3 Flight Sim Bell 43. Approach flight sim Bell 43 at 15,000 feet.
Flight sim Bell 43, good morning. Radar contact. Turn left heading 107 vectors to the RNAV approach for runway 26 left at Anuyu International, maintain 15,000 feet.
Heading 107 vectors to the ANAV approach for runway 26 left, maintain 15,000 feet. Flight sim Bell 43.
Iberia 6801, descend maintain 6000.
Descend maintain 6000, Iberia 6801.
Flight sim Bell 43, turn left heading 102.
Heading 102, flight sim Bell 43.
Okay, we put in the winds, we put in the temperature, the QNH, and now the decision height. We're set for the approach. It's an RNAV approach, so we won't have the comfort of a vertical guidance. Here you can see Pearl Harbor. That's Oahu. The whole island is Oahu, and that's Pearl Harbor. And Honolulu Airport is just a little bit beyond Pearl Harbor in this area. And then downtown Honolulu, a little bit beyond that. And Diamond Head and Waikiki are a little bit beyond that. Yeah, this is Ford Island. I spent a little time in Hawaii at a place called
Flight
Kaneohe.
sim Bell 43, turn right heading 107.
Heading 107, flight sim Bell 43.
Yeah, Kaneohe is on the other side of the island. We took a highway called the Leaky Highway to get over there.
Scan 983, reduce speed to 170.
Speed 170, scan 983.
Honolulu approach. Flight sim Bell. Request flight level 070.
Flight sim Bell 43, descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Descent and maintain 10,000 feet. Flight sim Bell 43.
Flight sim Bell 43, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Descent and maintain 5,000 feet. Flight sim Bell 43.
Flight sim Bell 43, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Descent and maintain.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, this is the captain speaking. We're going to begin our initial descent here momentarily. At this time, I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign back on, so please return your seats and keep your seatbelts securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a stop at the gate and the seatbelt sign has been turned off. It's been our pleasure having you on board for today's flight, and we hope to see you back on a future flight again real soon. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
That red clay soil is very common in this part of Hawaii. People always associate black soil with lava. But there's actually a fair amount of that red clay soil in this area. Reminds you of being in Georgia or Alabama.
approach 10900, I maintain 110, UAT information in the air.
Maria 900, approach runway 16 left.
Runway 16 left, 10900.
Right along the edge of Ford Island is where the infamous battleship row lies, including the memorial to the United States ship Arizona and the battleship Missouri, where the surrender documents were signed. There you can see Honolulu Airport. You know, strangely enough, I don't remember this runway out here. This might have been a later edition. When I was there in 1982. I don't remember that part of Honolulu Airport existing. That might have been, of course this is very shallow. The whole harbor is only about, it's either between 40 or 60 feet deep. It's not incredibly deep. And this land right offshore is not incredibly deep either. So this could have all been dredged and man-made. A man-made area to build the runway on. And as I mentioned, I was on the other side of the island over at Kaneohe, and I can see some runway lights over there. That might be the Kaneohe Airport. Might have to get just a little bit more aggressive on the descent.
Orange China 528, turn left heading 300.
Left 300, onshore pathway.
I don't want to bust the speed limit. The speed limit, remember, is 250. We're getting close to that speed limit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you are making a connection to another flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices, stow these devices and all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted during our flight.
I have control.
You have control.
Return your seats to their upright position and check the security of your seatbelts. We will be landing shortly. Thank you.
Flight Sim Bell 43, turn right heading 113.
Heading 113, Flight Sim Bell 43.
Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Barrel ref.
2992. Set.
2992. Set. Minimum.
Set.
Set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Flight Sim Bell 43, turn left heading 036, descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Heading 036, descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Flight Sim Bell 43.
United 88, turn left heading 250, reduce speed to 170.
250, 170 on the speed limit, day 2.
Flight Sim Bell 43 cleared for RNAV to runway 26 left, fly heading 336 to intercept final descent and maintain 3,000 feet.
Cleared for NAV approach to runway 26 left, fly heading 336 descent and maintain 3,000 feet. Flight Sim Bell 43.
Flight Sim Bell 43 QNH is 1013 at Anuya International Contact Tower on 118.1. Have a good one.
QNH is 1013 tower on 118.1. Flight Sim Bell 43. Tower Flight Sim Bell 43 inbound for a NAV approach runway 26 left.
Flight Sim Bell 43, good morning. Radar contact. Continue RNAV to runway 26 left, call when established on final.
Continue a NAV to runway 26 left, will call when established on final. Flight Sim Bell 43.
East 605, taxi to North Hold.
Taxi to North Hold, East 605.
Whoa, there's a picture. Waikiki, Diamond Head, inside the Diamond Head crater.
Flaps 1.
Speed check. Flaps 1.
Flaps 2.
Check the speed.
Flaps 2.
Check the speed.
Flaps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Japan 3040, taxi to North Hold.
Taxi to North Hold, Japan 3040.
Checked.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Flight Sim Bell 43 winds are calm, cleared to land runway 26 left.
Clear to land runway 26 left.
Checked.
Flight Sim Bell 43.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
200.
Pull up. Pull up. Sync rate.
40. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. descent.
Flight Sim Bell 43 exit runway when able.
Don't know if we're going to be able. I think we're in the water. Yeah, we're in the water. Oh well. What an unceremoniously way to end our flight. We'll get it right eventually, folks. Thanks for joining me. Have a
Cargo
great
Boeing
day.
Air 201 runway 34 right.